Okay, Math 9, here we go. We have a short video on water bombing or the distributive method. So this is a chunk of section 3.3. So the distributive method or distributivity is when we have to multiply a value, could be an entire term, but we're only going to look at a value. So here a 2, a 1, it's called a monomial, a one-termed piece, into another thing. So the 2 is being multiplied by x plus 4, which means you have to do 2 times everything inside there. I call it water bombing because you need to splash everything. You need to bust down those brackets with a tidal wave. So what you get here is you get, okay, now 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 4 is 8. So boom. And now we're at a, two-step question that we've done before. So now it's minus 8, that's 0. 2x equals negative 22, and then we divide by 2 and divide by 2. X equals negative 11. So the new step is just the water bombing. So the one on the right here, you got 3 times x minus 2, which means we have 3 times x, and we have 3 times negative 2, which gives us 3x minus 6 equals 12. And now we're into our two-step question. Plus 6 plus 6. 3x equals 18, and then divide by 3, x equals 6. So the new step is just the water bombing. So let's look at it again. Now, careful with the negatives, okay? Here we have a negative 2, so it's going to multiply in there, and you're going to notice some sign changes. So negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x, and then negative 2 times negative 4, because the sign in front of a number belongs to it, is positive 8. And now we finish the question like we normally would. So subtract 8, that's 0. Negative 6x equals negative 3. Divide by negative 6, divide by negative 6. Negatives cancel, 6's cancel. X equals, negatives cancel, 3 over 6, but that simplifies to 1/2. Now, if you just have a negative in front, what is that? Yeah, it's a negative symbol, but what's the number in front of it? We don't write it. It's a negative 1. So you're just multiplying that negative in. So negative into there, negative into there. You're going to get sign change. That's really all that's going to happen. Boom. And then we solve. Minus 5, negative 2x equals 2. And then divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, x equals negative 1. So watch the negative sign. It just means you're water bombing in a negative 1. So here's a multi-chunk question. We got to do a bunch of water bombing, and then we have to combine our like terms. So you can see that on our staircase of algebraic joy, we're making our way up the steps, and then if you do one step, you then work your way back down. So we're going to start here with water bombing. Okay, that's step 1. So this 2 multiplies into there and into there. And I strongly suggest you write this stuff down when you're doing it. That way you won't forget. That multiplies into there and into there. Now, nothing happens to this negative 4. Okay, it's just sitting there. Leave it alone. And then this 5 multiplies into there and into there. And then I'm circling the second term so you remember the sign as well. Now, if it's a positive number, it doesn't make a difference. But if it's a negative number, it's going to make a difference. So beware of that. So now we get 6x minus 8 plus 15 plus 5x minus 4 equals 5x minus 10 plus 3x minus 6. So now we do our grouping of like terms. So x's and x's. So I'm going to have 11x, and then negative 8 plus 15 is positive 7, minus 4 is positive 3. And then on the right, 5x plus 3x is 8x, and then negative 10 minus 6, negative 16. And now I'm going to get my x's on one side, my non-x's on the other, and again, I'm going to do this in the one step. So minus 8x gives me 0, minus 8x, and then minus 3, because I don't want that on that side, minus 3. So I'm just doing it in one step. And now I get 3x equals negative 19. Divide both sides by 3, x equals negative 19 over 3. So we're dividing by 3, dividing by 3. So same thing, it's just we're going up our staircase. We're adding more steps to the question. So one more. Here's another big one, right? So watch that negative. We are going to start by multiplying that negative into here and into here. And then yes, this is a positive 2. It's going to multiply into there and into there. And here's why I circle, because this is a negative 4. Very important that you don't miss that aspect. This is a negative 5. Don't miss the negative sign. This is a negative 3. Don't miss the negative sign. And right now you might be thinking, wow, is he redundant? I am, but these are the mistakes that get made more often than not. So please be careful. Negative x plus 7 plus 8 plus 6x minus 4x minus 8. Now I say that, I make these mistakes too, which is why I make a bit of a fuss here. Negative 5x minus 15 minus 3x plus 6. So now we just have a big equation where we're going to group our like terms. So minus x plus 6 minus 4x. Well, that's 5x, so that's just x. This 8 is going to cancel with this negative 8, so we just have plus 7, so that's not bad. And now here we have negative 5x minus 3x is negative 8x. And then minus 15 plus 6 is minus 9. So again, I'm going to do this next bit in one step. Plus 8x, and then at the same time, minus 7, minus 7. So that gets rid of that, and it gets rid of that. I'm now left with 9x equals negative 16. Last step is to divide by 9, divide by 9. X equals negative 16 over 9. And you're all done. So this ties to sort of the beginning of section 3.3. Section 3.3 is super loaded full of questions, so I've broken it into multiple videos. This one is dealing with just brackets. Next, we'll look at dealing with just fractions, but really it's just a bunch of discrete steps. And as you tackle one step, it kind of reverts to an easier question, and then an easier question, and then an easier question. It takes us all the way back down to our most basic steps. So keep working on it. This stuff takes nothing but practice.